Today is Monday, 12th February 2018. I'm Ebony Brandon. These are this morning's top stories. Nationally, the new traffic lights will finally be switched on today. Internationally, Colombia and Brazil have tightened border control with Venezuela. And in sports, Serena Williams has returned to competitive tennis in the Fed Cup doubles. We also have today's weather forecast and Carib update. Now for a look at the news developments in detail. The traffic lights, which were installed around Bastille late last year, will finally come into operation today. After months of delay, a ceremony this afternoon at the roundabout connecting Wellington Road and Keon Street at 5 p.m. will see the lights officially commissioned. A number of government officials, representatives of the police traffic department, and others are expected to attend. The $600,000 lights form part of the first phase of what is expected to be an island-wide traffic light installation rollout. Over the last 6 weeks, authorities ramped up public education efforts to prepare both motorists and pedestrians for the coming change. This came after widespread criticism that enough had not been done to sensitize the public on the use of the traffic lights and other changes involving parking, motor vehicle flow, and traffic regulations in and around Bastille. Authorities hope that the lights will help to relieve some of the congestion in the city and improve the flow of traffic, particularly during peak times. And in other news, the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force is strongly rejecting the allegation that they've been involved in attempts to conceal the true circumstances surrounding Shaquille Pemberton's death on 27th January this year. Describing the allegations circulating on social media as false and malicious, the police high command has said that there is no cover-up and will never be a cover-up on their part in relation to their investigation into Mr. Pemberton's death. A statement from the police continued that the force holds itself and its rank and file to the highest levels of integrity, transparency, and professionalism in every single investigation, and operates in a fair and ethical manner at all times, free from political directives and outside influences. The police also came to the defense of forensic pathologist Dr. Valery Alexandrov, whose services they have engaged since 2014. Regarding the investigation status, authorities say they are waiting for a final report from Dr. Alexandrov, following which they will make public the findings of this report. Like many others in this particularly emotional case, the police are also calling on the public to offer Shaquille's family privacy and compassion as they mourn. They have also renewed calls for persons having information regarding Shaquille Pemberton's death to come forward. Mr. Pemberton's funeral, which was postponed last Thursday, will now take place today. And in international developments this morning, Brazil and Colombia are tightening border controls as concerns mount over the growing number of people escaping the crisis in Venezuela. Hundreds of thousands have already fled the country because of food shortages, rampant inflation, and political uncertainty. Daniel Schweimler reports.
Officially, more than 500,000 Venezuelans crossed into Colombia in the last 6 months of last year. But no one knows the true figures. Only that tens of thousands of Venezuelans now try to scrape a living across South America, the largest numbers in neighbouring Brazil and Colombia.
Here
there are many mechanics, doctors, college graduates, and look at us. We're cleaning windows, selling chargers and air conditioners, selling soda. Venezuela's future is over. But hey, you have to move forward.
I feel really sad because we have to migrate.
For now, this is a moment for South Koreans to show the world what a dynamic country they live in.
I call on all patriots to join us.
The crisis has led to severe food and medicine shortages. The International Monetary Fund predicts inflation this year will reach 13,000%. The president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, blames a US-backed international conspiracy for his country's troubles. The Colombian president, Juan Manuel Santos, says Nicolas Maduro has mismanaged the economy and that Colombia can no longer live with those consequences.
Starting today, only Venezuelans who have passports or have in their hands the migration card will enter Colombia.
He's ordered 3,000 more soldiers and police to patrol the border. But Colombia and Brazil say the influx of migrants is straining their social services to breaking point.
El tema de la
Regarding immigration, what the government wants and what the country wants is to achieve orderly, secure, and legal migration. That means foreigners are legal in our country. In that way, we can plan for the future.
But with the situation in Venezuela only predicted to get worse, the migrants will keep coming. Only now, they'll face a more formidable challenge to cross the border.
And in sport this morning, former world number one Serena Williams has made her return to competitive tennis 5 months after giving birth, as she teamed up with her sister Venus for the U.S. team in the Fed Cup. In what was a last-minute change to the billing, as the Americans had already won the tie against Netherlands, the pair lost the dead doubles rubber 6-2, 6-3. But this was never about the scoreline, as demonstrated by the standing ovation and loud cheers that welcomed back the 23-time Grand Slam singles champion. And among those in the sellout crowd in Asheville, North Carolina, was baby Alexis Olympio Hannian Jr. Serena, playing her first competitive match since winning the 2017 Australian Open while 8 weeks pregnant, had been scheduled to partner Lauren Davis for the match against Leslie Kirchhoff and Demi Scherz. But with the U.S. having already booked their spot in April semifinals, Captain Kathy Rinaldi made the popular decision to pair up the Williams sisters, who have won 14 Grand Slam doubles titles together. Serena, who's 36 years old, had already postponed her return this year, missing the Australian Open in January to give her more time to recover from birth. She had revealed she was bedridden for 6 weeks and had to have surgery after her daughter was delivered by emergency cesarean section. She said last week that she had not yet decided whether she will compete at this year's remaining 3 Grand Slams. That look at sport, we now turn attention to this morning's weather forecast. Across St. Kitts and Nevis today, conditions will be partly sunny, becoming cloudy at times, with scattered brief passing showers. Tonight will be partly cloudy, with scattered brief passing showers also likely. Seas are rough, with wave heights reaching 3.1 to 4.3 meters or 10 to 14 feet. Warnings remain firmly in place for small craft operators who should stay in port, and sea bathers who are advised to avoid coastal waters, especially on the northern and eastern side of the islands. Winds are east-northeasterly to northeasterly, ranging between 16 to 27 miles per hour, with higher gusts over open waters and occasionally gusting higher in showers. The sea level pressure is 1020.3 millibars or 30.13 inches. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:38 a.m. and set today at 6:12 p.m. Across the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, a mid to low level trough will generate unstable conditions across the Windward Islands, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago today and tonight. Cloudy spells and, at most, a moderate chance of showers can be expected. Meanwhile, a tight pressure gradient associated with a surface high-pressure system will continue to generate fresh, strong breezes across the entire area. This will continue to support hazardous sea conditions as well as transport pockets of low-level moisture over and around the islands, resulting in quick passing showers. And with that look at the weather, we've come to the end of this morning's news presentation. Before we go, a recap of this morning's top stories. Nationally, the new traffic lights will finally be switched on in Bastille today. Internationally, Colombia and Brazil have heightened border control with Venezuela. And in sport, Serena Williams has returned to competitive tennis in the Fed Cup doubles. I've been your presenter, Ebony Brandon. Thanks for tuning in. Up next, Carib Update.